Bad news can get stuck in good bodies. Jesus said in John 16:33, "In this world, you will have trouble." Trouble can be looked at in many angles. Trouble of just like a tough day, sure. But there is also trouble that we classify as trauma. Big T, little t. Big T trauma is when you live through a natural disaster, being held at gunpoint, war, or sexual or physical abuse. Whenever your body is overwhelmed in a moment, that's a capital T trouble that Jesus said we would have in this world. And then there's little t's. There's little things like when things just don't go the way they should. You were bullied, you were teased, parents got a divorce, someone you loved dies an early death and you weren't ready for it. These little things stack up in our life, and they show up in those big T, little t troubles. And I'd like to share a quote with you from James Gordon. He's a doctor and does research in this area of trauma, and he says this: "Trauma turns our bodies against us. Long after the threats are over, trauma may constrain us in a continual loop of fight, flight, freeze, flooding us with stress hormones that damage cells in our hippocampus and our prefrontal medial cortex, brain areas that are crucial for memory, judgment, and compassion, diminishing our immune response," so our immune system goes down, "and makes us vulnerable to infections and perhaps also to cancer, disturbing our sleep and contributing to debilitating pain syndromes." So again, in this world we have trouble. But I love that Jesus says in John 16:33, "I've told you these things so that you may have peace, that in the world you will have trouble." These are things we cannot overcome because we live in a broken world, but Jesus has overcome. So it's possible for bad news to get stuck in good bodies, but it's also possible for good bodies to get unstuck.